Hey, good morning, YouTube. It's Knowledgeable Nick here. I was just doing some morning meditation on being attached versus unattached and how attachment can really ruin your chances of success. Okay? And I was just thinking about this both in the standpoint of relationships, but also your job as well. Okay. So if you're going to a job interview and you really are really attached, like that's the one job, you're subconsciously in a scarcity mindset. And that scarcity mindset is going to prevent you from having a good experience in that interview. And what do I mean by that scarcity mindset? I view that job, it's almost like I'm putting that job on a pedestal. All right? All jobs generally suck, okay? You're going to love it for like your first 3 days and eventually it's just going to be a habit and you're going to dread going to that place. Okay? For most people. All right? So why are we putting that one job on the pedestal? All right? Now I learned this just in experiences with women specifically. There are specific women that I find myself more attracted to than others, and that even have great qualities that I may be attracted to, both physically, mentally. Maybe they have great values. Maybe they're a good morally virtuous woman. And in the Bible, it specifically says her price is far above rubies. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above rubies, okay? Well, here's the problem. Earlier in that chapter, it says, do not give a woman your strength. Okay? Basically, don't be too attached to her, okay? So there are very specific, people that you may be attracted to, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience here. I can think of at least one specific woman in my life that I find myself more sexually attracted to than a lot of the other women, okay? That is the one that I want the most, okay? But there's this disease called one-itis. One-itis. It's when you only have one woman, or you put that one woman on a pedestal. You become overly attached to that one woman, okay? And you get out of the abundance mindset and into the scarcity mindset, okay? So here's the thing. There's only one God. Okay? There's only one God, one creator of the universe. That is the only thing in life that you should treat like it is on a pedestal. And the reason for that is because there's nothing like it, okay? The Archangel Michael's name, Archangel Michael, means who is like God? It's a rhetorical question because nobody is, okay? Nobody is. And, just what I found with women or jobs or friendships, whatever those things are, cars, they all come and go, okay? Most of the things in life are going to come and go. And that's why you can't be too attached to them. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to ruin your chances of success when you become too attached to these things. And specifically with women, you get one-itis. If you start putting her on a pedestal, she becomes less attracted to you. Okay? She starts taking you for granted. Oh, I can treat him however I want because I'm his only girl. Okay? This is just a temptation that people have. Okay? There needs to be a healthy fear of loss from my personal experience. And pretty much in order to get the woman that I desire most, the only way to do that is by also having other women. I can never not have those. Giving up those other women would ruin my chances of success with the women that I'm most attracted to. There needs to be a healthy fear of loss, because people are definitely, especially when you're dealing with very beautiful women, very attractive, high status, high quality women that get hit on a lot. I'm not talking about your regular girl next door, okay? I'm talking about actually high quality women that are very attractive to a majority of people, to high status people, okay? And the more attached you are to her, the more you're basically subconsciously signaling, I'm lower status than you, because you're subconsciously teaching her she is very valuable to you. Now, if you were really high status and had a lot of options and you were in the abundance mindset, she would just be a regular girl, okay? And women just they want to be desired, they want to be taken care of. And I'm getting this information from the book The Evolution of Desire, which I'm reading through. I'm listening to it on audiobook right now, and it just talks about, they literally study the evolutionary mating desires of women across all cultures and find the common threads. And hypergamy, or being higher social status than a woman, having more resources, being kind to her, and being intelligent, are pretty much the top 3 things in that specific book that are going to be non-negotiables for women, okay? But these principles apply in other areas too. It's not just for attracting women. If that's your only job, have you ever had the situation where you're at your job and your boss is treating you like shit and you could get a raise, you could quit and get a raise, and they're like, no, we're not giving you a raise. You're not giving you a raise. But then the moment you decide to quit and go somewhere else, they give you a $40,000 raise. I was just, chatting with an individual who that happened to, okay? You have to understand your value. So if you know your value, not only can you be unattached and in the abundance mindset, but other people will come to you. Other people will come to you. And they don't treat you like shit because you're valuable. See, I don't care if she is the most morally virtuous woman on the planet. This is just female nature, okay? She could be a Proverbs 31 woman. If you don't know what that is, read the chapter. But if you don't treat her like you're better than she is, it doesn't matter. She's going to take you for granted. This is just human nature, okay? This is just human nature. It is what it is, okay? We're not fighting it. It just is. If you don't like it, that's fine. But this is what it is, and if you want to live, in darkness, pull the wool nice and tight so that it covers your eyes. The Pretty Reckless. Anyways, but the more I'm attached to that job, the more I'm attached, the less my perceived value is. The more I'm attached, the less my perceived value is. And I can't be successful, okay? Here's just another way. When that's my only job opportunity, my only interview this week, if that's my only sales appointment this week, if that's my only woman I'm talking to, guess what? I need to be perfect. If this is the one YouTube video, if I'm only making this one YouTube video, and this has to be the perfect video, or else my channel's not going to blow up. Think about that. Think about how perfect there's all this extra pressure on me. You know what? I can make 1,000 bad videos. And it doesn't really matter, because I can just make as many videos as I want. And that's why I can be successful, because I'm not trying to force the videos. I just turned the camera on. I'm starting to talk to you guys today. This is genuine human connection. This is a conversation. And this is what I'm, as I left the gym today, this is just what I'm thinking. This is just what I'm thinking about and what I realized in some of the mistakes that I've made in life. And when I become less attached, when I'm not attached to my YouTube channel, when I'm not attached to the women, when I'm not attached to the sales appointment, see, here's the thing. If you have this is why filling your pipeline is so important in sales. And filling your pipeline just means you have a consistent schedule of appointments. Because if that's your one appointment and you don't have any for the rest of the month, there's so much pressure to perform, especially if you're on commission. But if you have an appointment 5 days a week and you only need to close 2 deals that month, you now have 20 opportunities to close. So that's 10%. Okay? It's a lot easier to just, hey, go through 90% of them. I'm okay. There's this thing called the 80-20 rule. Okay? 80% of the effort that you expend is pretty much does nothing for you. But the 20%, of that effort may make you a millionaire. And I'm, being a little exaggerative there. But 80% of the work you do does nothing. But 20%, 20% of that, 80% of your sales appointments aren't going anywhere. 80% of my YouTube videos aren't going anywhere. 80% of the women I'm talking to isn't going anywhere. But you know what? All that 80% that didn't do anything in the tangible, it produced grit. It helped you to become unattached. It helped you to become the best version of yourself. It helped you to build habits. It helped you to have mental strength and fortitude. You may desire let's just say you desire a specific woman, okay? Let's just say, and being unattached, okay? Being unattached, just letting her be, because we got to let people be, all right? Let's just say every 6 months, I just check in on her. Not in a needy way of approval seeking. Hey, is this relationship? Hey, I was just thinking about you. You were just on my mind this morning. I remember that time that we did this. Hey, I just saw a girl that looked like you, and it just made me think of you. Just something like that with no agenda. Guess what? 80% of those times, you're not getting anything. But you know what? Let's just say she's a woman that is just, a career-focused woman, and she is out there and she's doing what she wants to do. The thing is, a lot of it is just timing in people's lives, okay? It may not be a rejection. See, I may send out a text and get a reply sometimes. Maybe I don't get a reply. All right? But I'm continuously sowing seeds. All we're doing is sowing seeds. I'm sowing seeds, okay? And some of those seeds, the Bible would say, some of those seeds are going to grow. Some of those seeds are going to start to grow and then choke out. Some of those seeds are not going to grow. And every time you interact with a woman, just send her a nice text, unattached, not being needy. Maybe she replies, maybe she doesn't. Maybe that seed didn't work. But every seed, from an evolutionary standpoint, women who want to procreate with you, they want, on a subconscious level, according to the evolution of desire here, they want evidence of long-term care, because they want to select a mate, especially if she's interested in children and she views herself as high value. She wants to select a high value mate that is going to provide and protect over a consistent basis to ensure the health and the care of the child. Okay? So doing something like sending those texts out, or, just being unattached, just being kind. How about you just be kind to somebody? And this is what I'm doing personally. Be kind to somebody, let them know, right? Be honest. It could be with a specific job. Maybe there's a billionaire that you know in your life, and you'd like a job. Like, oh, please, Jeff Bezos, give me a job. Please give me a job. He's not going to hire you. He needs to hire the best talent, okay? There needs to be something. You're selling yourself. Everything you're doing in life is selling yourself. And I'm selling myself to women. I'm selling myself to my job. I'm selling myself on YouTube to you guys. I'm unattached. If you don't watch this video, I don't give a shit, okay? It was a bad video. Some people are going to comment, this video sucks. Some people are going to be like, you're stupid. Some people are going to be like, I hate your Shakira poster. I hate Blink-182. Oh, you like snake plants? That's gay. Oh, books? That's also gay. Legos? Oh, yuck. Okay? But by continuously putting it builds mental strength. All the hate comments, every hate comment is a blessing. Every female rejection is a blessing, because you realize it wasn't that bad. Every time your job rejects you, the job application rejects you, every time that sales appointment doesn't go well, it's an opportunity to say, it's an opportunity for recalibration. I got to see John Maxwell live. I actually met him. I got a signed copy of his book, and he has this system that he teaches to the highest quality businesses in America. I'm talking, I believe Boeing is one of his partnerships, okay? We're talking Boeing 747 airplanes, all right? The ones you ride on. And he teaches the same principle. They pay him probably hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars to teach him what I'm going to teach you today. It's basically a cycle. You do something, you evaluate the feedback, you make changes, you do something again. It's just a circle. And every time, if you think about the circle, every time you go around, you get higher and higher and higher up the ladder, you become more successful. But you have to be unattached, like, man, maybe that book I wrote sucks. Maybe that YouTube video I made sucks. Maybe I have a restaurant. Maybe that my awesome recipe, my family's recipe that I love, I put it out there and it sucks. Okay? Just because I like it doesn't mean the market likes it. And you have to be okay with understanding that people, let them be. I just bought the book, The Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins. Just let people be. Let them be the way they want, okay? All I'm doing, see, amateurs convince, professionals sort. Amateurs convince, professionals sort, okay? I work with XS as an affiliate partner. XS Energy Drink. You may not have heard of that, but that's something that you can click the link below and learn about. So have a wonderful day.